Welcome back, YouTubers, to another video with me, Mr. Aparken. No, not Mr. Anderson, the guy in the main event of the pay-per-view this weekend. But do you want to know who is in the main event? It's NJ!
What's up?
Hey, nice one, NJ. Anyway, today we're going to be coming at you with our first TNA pay-per-view predictions video. But before we do that, NJ, where can these guys subscribe to us?
Up above.
Oh, they can also like this video as well, or rate it however they like, and comment their thoughts on our predictions or their show down below. Even give your own predictions if you like.
And you can contact us in the links in the description box below.
Right, okay, so this is going to be our first sort of pay-per-view watching it together as a British Fist. What are your immediate thoughts going into this pay-per-view? Are you looking forward to it? Are you not looking forward to it? Just wondered.
Well, TNA is not something I've been looking forward to for a while, but after watching it now, the matches are starting to make me want to watch it because they're pretty good matches.
Yeah, I feel there are some pretty good matches on this card, which is one of the reasons I'm looking forward to it, and it's one of the main pay-per-views of the year for TNA, so which is another reason, one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to it too. Should we get straight onto this predictions video then?
Let's go for it.
Right, okay, the first match we've got here on our notes is the TNA X Division Championship match, which was made in a backstage alley, seemingly, on the other day's Impact. Abyss versus Kazarian versus Brian Kendrick. And the fists, our fists out there have been voting, our little version of the peeps. The fists have been voting out there on who they think should win this match. And they're in agreement with me as a fortune mark. They all think Kazarian should win. It's 6 votes for Kazarian, 3 votes for Abyss, and 2 votes for Brian Kendrick.
And I'm voting for Kazarian just because after watching him back in a few videos, he looks like to be a good wrestler. He's someone that I think, I don't know, I just have a feeling that he's got the most likely chance of winning.
He's probably one of the most established X Division guys at the moment. If you don't count people like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels, who are probably going to be in the main event. The thing is, you've got Abyss as the TNA X Division champion. First of all, he's not an X Division guy. Second of all, I can see him winning this purely because I can see the build going into Destination X, which is going to be an X Division only pay-per-view, and they're going to revolve the X Division around that rather than change it now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I see, because I would like Kazarian to win, but I think Abyss will win just because he's bigger and he's going to take down the other guys. Brian Kendrick's not going to win.
No way, he's too small and too there.
Too small and too there.
That's it, yeah.
And high, I think. He's always high. But anyway, so I'm thinking this match could be a dark horse. It could be a good match. It might not be a good match. If there was 3 X Division guys there, I'd say, yes, this is going to be a good opener or a good match. But with Abyss in there, it might be a little bit different. I don't know. We've seen X Division matches,
yeah,
but with Abyss in there, it might ruin it a little bit. That's the thing. That's the problem I'm having with this whole X Division Abyss storyline thing.
I know, but it's just like it should be a good match because it's got 3 good wrestlers.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Okay, the next 2 matches I think were pretty obvious. Pretty obvious predictions for us, really, to be honest. The first one we'll address is Mr. Matt Morgan, who's going up against Scott Steiner, and again our fists have been voting out there. We had 14 votes for Matt Morgan and 3 for Scott Steiner, which is pretty much the line we want to go down, because when you have an old guy like Scott Steiner in the ring, and you have a guy like Matt Morgan who really needs a push to the main event, he has the look of a main event guy, he's 7 foot, 300 pounds, you really need someone like Scott Steiner to put over a Matt Morgan.
We do.
Yeah.
And Matt Morgan, I really see, as I said before, he's a big, dominant guy, and I'm thinking that for him to be able to beat Scott Steiner and then go on currently being dominant, I think it'll be good for him.
Yeah, despite the lack of hype this match got on Impact on Thursday, this has the potential to be a good match. It's just that I really hope that they don't swerve it and go down the Scott Steiner route. I really think this is the kind of time they need to start pushing Matt Morgan, especially if they want to have him in the main event and they want to establish new main event guys that aren't over 40.
Just looking at it, I can't see what the point of making Scott Steiner will win, because we already know that he's good-ish for his age.
Yep.
Well, he's pretty good, but I'm just saying that with Matt Morgan, having him win, he can then look like he's ready to move on.
Yeah, and it does way more for Matt Morgan than a win with the Scott Steiner would do, so really looking at it that way, you've got to make Matt Morgan win.
Yes.
Going on to the next match then, we have Samoa Joe versus Crimson. Now, this is one of those matches that I think hasn't had enough hype yet. I think this match could have been done further on down the road. It's a really good match to have at a big pay-per-view. But it needs a bit more hype. It could be one of those real good matches. With regard to Samoa Joe and Crimson being the kind of guy, the new guy in TNA, the undefeated guy, as Samoa Joe was back in 2006, I believe, you're really expecting Crimson to go over in this match.
And most of our votes is 14. 11 to Crimson, 2 to Samoa Joe. I'm saying that it looks like in British Fist way, Crimson's got the most chance of winning because of what you just said, and Samoa Joe. I don't know. I think he's done enough now, so it's time for him to help Crimson.
It's time for him to put someone over, and and it kind of plays off this whole thing. They both had an undefeated streak. Crimson is now on an undefeated streak, so it would make sense if Crimson won. I really want them to prolong this rivalry because a guy like Samoa Joe can really do a big rivalry for someone like Crimson can really do well for both Crimson and Samoa Joe. On the whole, it may be the sort of key to get Samoa Joe back to the main event, which is where I feel he should be as a great wrestler, a past TNA Worldwide Champion.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
The next match we have is the TNA Tag Team Championship match between Beer Guns, Alex Shelley and James Storm versus the British Invasion, Magnus and Doug Williams. Now, these two, the British Invasion haven't really been prominently featured on TV, which really leads me to the conclusion that they're not going to win. Beer Guns have to win this because British Invasion haven't been on TV. Why would British Invasion win this if they haven't been on TV at all?
That's so much true, and after seeing Beer Guns now, I think that they're the pretty dominant group.
One of the best tag teams in TNA, to be honest.
So I think they deserve to win here.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is here, you've got Robert Roode now with this injury. They're working this storyline to try and get Robert Roode as a singles wrestler. So, as long if Beer Guns, they should keep the belt for a little while now, lose it to someone a little bit more established, maybe Mexico America, Inc., or even, another tag team. So let them keep it for now. And then let them lose it to someone a bit more established. Then you can start concentrating on Robert Roode as a singles guy.
That's it.
The next match we have is a TNA Knockouts Championship match, a match which the Fists have also been voting for. Mickie James is on 16 and Angelina Love is on 2. And we've been pretty impressed with the Knockouts action on TNA, haven't we? Really?
Yeah.
Especially Mickie James, who's a really good wrestler.
I think Mickie James. Well, after seeing how she's been treated by Angelina Love, I think this is her chance to get paid back. I think this is the right time to get it.
Yeah, true. This match is a pretty decent build. It's good that they're finally making Angelina Love as kind of like, showing a bit more dominance rather than being her sort of model sort of knockout thing. And that's what on the one hand, this whole zombie storyline is working because it's making her more dominant, but on the other hand, it's kind of stupid because we don't want to see her as a zombie. It's kind of getting really stupid. But I expect Mickie James to win this just because it's one of her first title defenses. She's the best knockout that TNA have, that she needs to stay the champion. That's all I'm going to say about that one.
Same, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
And just addressing something that we didn't talk about previously, the Fists voted 13 votes for Alex Shelley and James Storm, the Beer Guns, and only 2 for British Invasion. So there must be 2 British people out there voting somewhere because they haven't been on TV.
Other than us.
Yeah, other than us, of course. Yeah, we didn't vote British Invasion. We're all about the Beer Guns. Beer Guns, Beer Guns. But anyway, so after that, we'll move on to the match which I'm looking forward to the most probably on this night, apart from the next match. That's the last man standing match between Bully Ray and AJ Styles. Now, what I will say here is, you've got 2 great wrestlers here, as we've seen. We've been very impressed with Bully Ray and AJ Styles. The thing is, the last pay-per-view, they had AJ Styles lose to Tommy Dreamer, and now they're all of a sudden having a last man standing match. They haven't really had a match to begin with to start the rivalry. It just seems to have progressed over 4 weeks, and now it's ending in a last man standing match, which kind of shows to me TNA are trying to end this rivalry very quickly and let AJ Styles and Bully Ray move on to other things.
Yeah, I think that because I think after seeing Bully Ray get beaten by Rob Van Dam, I think that looks like a bad sign. So I think they can't really move on from that now. It's already happened. I think going into this match, as we voted, AJ Styles is going to just finish the rest of their rivalry. 13-3 kind of says that, really, doesn't it? But I mean, I'm voting for AJ Styles just because I'm a Fortune mark. I really do think this has the potential to be either the match of the night or a real dark horse match because it's a last man standing match. We're going to see weapons. We're going to see probably blood as well. So this could be a very good match. And I think, to be honest, the next match may be as good or better, but that's just my opinion. So we'll move on to it now. Yeah.
A match which I think us two are most familiar with from a somebody's certain position. We've got the so-called final battle. I hope it fucking is. But a number 1 contenders match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship between Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett. And again, the Fists have been voting. We have Kurt Angle on 19, Jeff Jarrett on 4. And to be honest with you, I could not agree more. Kurt Angle has to fucking win this match.
Because I know Jeff Jarrett's annoyed for what Angle was meant to have done to Karen Jarrett, but the way I see it is that Angle's now in the position where he's not getting interference from anyone. It's going to be a one-on-one battle between him and Jeff Jarrett. It's his chance to actually beat Jeff Jarrett.
The thing about this match... Oh, you saying something?
I was just saying, and their rivalry.
Okay, right. The thing about this match, right, is looking at it from a backstage point of view, you have Kurt Angle, who's going off to the Olympics soon, and he's training for the Olympics. Now, if I look at that and I think to myself, when is he leaving? If he's leaving soon, it could mean that Jeff Jarrett might win the fucking match. And we all know how much influence Jeff Jarrett has on the on the booking and stuff because he's the founder of TNA.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads me to that Jeff Jarrett might win, but I really do think they have to make Kurt Angle win this because Jeff Jarrett in the main event is a big no. Maybe 10, 11, 12 years ago, just not now.
No.
There you go. But it really, whoever wins this match, I think will determine who's going to win the TNA World Championship match, which we'll talk about next. I just hope fucking God Kurt Angle wins. Seriously.
Well, I'm pretty sure he will.
It has the potential to be a very good match, though.
And we can only hope that Angle wins.
Yeah. Especially after their match at Lockdown, which we both agree was a very good match. We think this could be, could be possibly the match of the night. It should go on for a good sort of 15, 20 minutes possibly. Give these two a lot of time to really have their final battle, and then go from there. Well, number one contender. I don't know why they've made it a number one contenders match, but as long as Kurt Angle wins, I really don't give a shit. Yep. One of the best wrestlers in TNA at the moment.
He is.
The main event now. Time for the main event. The match which we, has had a very strange build. We've had Mr. Anderson coming out dressed as Sting a couple of times.
Yeah.
We've had Mr. Anderson getting pinned by Eric Young. We've had Sting getting pinned by Gunner, which kind of doesn't really give that good a build or that good a credibility to the two guys in it. But instead, we'll move on to it anyway, because we have Sting versus Mr. Anderson. Now, the British Fist has been voting. It's 12 to Sting, 7 to Anderson. I think it could go either way, really.
I was kind of struggling on who to buy here because Mr. Anderson is a good wrestler now.
Yep.
He has a good chance of beating Sting. But at the same time, Sting wants to let out his frustration out on Mr. Anderson so he could win at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think I'm stuck too. I don't really know who could win this. I mean, I think I can see Sting winning just because I think I think if Kurt Angle wins the number one contendership match, Mr. Anderson wins the World Heavyweight Championship, and then Sting can probably feud with Hogan. I don't really know. So this I don't think this will be match of the night. I think this will probably, because of Sting's age, this will probably go on for a maximum of 10 minutes. So I don't know. It could be a good match. We saw that. I mean, I saw from Sacrifice that RVD could put on a good match with Sting. Whether Anderson could do that, I don't know. I don't know whether they have that good a chemistry in the ring, but we can only hope this is a good main event.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's really 8. We've got 8 matches on the card, 3-hour show. We're hoping this can be a good show because we really want to be impressed. We're also going to probably film some reactions too. Yeah, because it's our first TNA pay-per-view we've watched together. What are your overall thoughts on the card, NJ?
I'm quite looking forward to it. Every match has got something I'm looking forward to watching. I'm hoping that the other matches beat the knockouts, because over the last couple of weeks it's been the knockout matches that have done it for me. Yeah. So I'm hoping at the pay-per-view the other matches seem to get me more looking forward to, more excited and better results. Yeah,
for me, although some of the build has been a bit badly booked, the build has been generally very good compared to say Capital Punishment, which is coming up next week. I'm really looking at matches like Bully Ray versus AJ Styles, Kurt Angle versus Jeff Jarrett to really impress me. I think Samoa Joe and Crimson and the Matt Morgan Steiner matches, as long as the right people go over, could be very good. The TNA Knockouts match, Mickie James, I look forward to seeing Mickie James win, and Beer Money or Beer Guns, I will always look forward to in a tag team wrestling. So for me, this could be a good pay-per-view. If TNA do things right, this could be a very, very good pay-per-view, and I'm actually really looking forward to reviewing this pay-per-view. Any last words before we end this video, NJ? TNA. Impact Wrestling. Impact. Oh yeah, we don't really know. No. There we go. But anyway, if you guys there have any thoughts on our predictions, or give your predictions, or your thoughts on any of the predictions of the pay-per-view, make sure you put them in the comment section below. We have been the British Fist because we haven't done this in the video yet. Ka-ching. That's where the money's at, man. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, you guys. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe to us. Thank you very much once again, and goodbye.